1,000 new malware attacks that came up between 2012 and 2013. That's a lot, if you didn't know that. That's a 20% increase year to year. I don't have the numbers for 2014, from 2013 to 2014. Anybody want to bet it's more than that? Yeah, me too. 122 reported breaches, or attacks, 122 reported attacks for U.S. companies each week. Each week. At a cost of $11.6 million each week. So my first job, I grew up in Detroit, did anything to escape. At 17, I joined the Navy, went in on submarines. All right? Submarines are interesting. If you didn't know it, they're always leaking water. This sounds so wrong. All boats leak water. They just do. All right? Always leak. You got bilge pumps, and you just stay ahead of the leak. Guess what? Everybody's getting attacked. Everybody's happening. Those breaches are happening left and right. Here's the one that just blows me away. What's the average time it takes to recognize a breach, to identify that it happened? How many days? 232. Yeah, good face. Yes, 232 days, average time to recognize that a breach happened. That sucks. And that's reality. One of the reasons I love TSYS, your data security is fantastic. I used to give tours of the data center in the UK, in Knaresborough, all the time. Love that place. Did tours of the data center in Columbus, all right? The info security rules, the data security rules are huge, and what I come back to, people are a huge piece of that. Processes are there for a reason. I know they're a pain in the neck, especially with somebody who has ADD like me, but they're there. So what are some of the changes I think we're going to see? If I was making a prediction, one will be biometrics. Biometrics are going to get huge. So everybody know Apple's got the fingerprint scanner that's on it. Samsung has a fingerprint scanner that's on it. Samsung's talking about doing iris scans. Facebook can do facial recognition. Tesco's already doing facial recognition. Pulse Wallet's pretty neat. Pulse Wallet's a device that reads the veins in your hands. Did you know the veins in your hands are unique? 100% unique. So what's interesting is what's the best password, what's the best security you can have? You're awesome. You are. Your heartbeat is unique. Your fingerprints are unique. The veins in your hands are unique. Your body odor, I didn't know that, is unique. Your gait, your walk is a unique signature. Your voice is a unique signature. You need second factor authentication for stuff? Hell, blend your whole body together. Think what you can do from security. This sounds over the top. That vein reader down there? Anybody been to Brazil? Brazil, 35,000 ATMs biometric enabled. 35,000 ATMs are biometric enabled. They read your vein. Already there. Stuff's already here. The shift already took place, folks. You got to get into the consumer acceptance of this for it to become the norm. So PayPal got together with Samsung, of all people, and they came up with a device that allows me to find my cursor. So PayPal's interesting what they can do around security. Not new technology, it's already out there. You can already use this. The one knock against it, they do it with Samsung. The Samsung fingerprint reader sucks. I'm sorry. That's not me as an Apple guy. I'm just telling you what Consumer Reports and others say. They'll get there, trust me. They'll figure it out. We're much closer to getting that done. My iPhone has it. I love it because it keeps my dang kids off my phone, playing Temple Run constantly and messing up my phone and changing my ringtone, which I find very annoying, by the way. So again, this stuff already exists. It's already out there. So the three areas that really shift is taking place big time that we're seeing in the industry and the relationship between the consumer and the merchant. Three areas: mobile, think context there, where you're at, the Internet of Everything, direct feeder into that, which opens up to massive security issues and changes in our behavior and how we operate. So what I find interesting, I always get asked this everywhere I go, so I might as well get it over with. What about Apple? Well, what about Apple? Let's take a look when it comes to payments and it comes to security. Apple just released its first quarter earnings for 2014. Disappointed a lot of analysts. Their stock took a hit, if you didn't know that. So this will tell you why Wall Street's nuts. I got to be honest, and why analysts are nuts. Their reported income for the first quarter was $43.7 billion. Billion dollars. Remember, what was that show? The Spy, the British Spy. Austin Powers, $1 billion. Yeah, I always think of that. That's $1 billion. Their revenue for the first quarter of this year was greater than that of Facebook, Google, and Amazon combined. Dang. iPhone itself, revenue was, just the iPhone revenue was greater than all of Microsoft. Their iPad revenue for the first quarter of 2014 was greater than Facebook's, or it was in line with Facebook's revenue for the entire year of 2013. Analysts were disappointed. iTunes, greater than that of Netflix for an entire year when it comes to revenue. They got $150.6 billion cash sitting out there. They could buy Facebook. They could buy Netflix, Spotify, Pandora, take your pick, and still have about $50 billion in cash left over. So they got a lot of money sitting around. What are they going to do with it? Man, people are going crazy trying to predict this one. What will Apple do? Okay, three things we talked about: mobile, Internet of Everything, and security. So let's apply those to Apple. Mobile, and I got that covered. They do a pretty good job. U.S. hell, this room, right? Easily 80% of you on a mobile device. And the others on Google, come on over, come on. They got it. It's there. Internet of Everything. Main driver of Beacons is iBeacons, is Apple, by the way. Major League Baseball, all that integration, Beacons, Apple. Bluetooth, every single Apple phone that they need to drive that. It's already there. Security, anybody remember that button? Think it's much of a leap for them to introduce other layers of that. Tokenization, probably, for the cards. They're set up to do something. Anybody have any idea how many accounts they have in iTunes? Yeah, exactly. Anybody? 800 million iTunes accounts. 800 million. They'll hit 1 billion easily by the second quarter of this year. They're like the Facebook of accounts. So let's be conservative. Let's say half of those are cards on file. Say 400 million. That's twice the number Amazon has. That's twice the number Citi has globally. Citi's got about 200 million cards globally. Twice the number of that, a tech company, accounts on file. Now, the downside of that, payments are tough. Money doesn't answer it. Cards on file doesn't answer it. Because if they did, you would all have a Google Wallet right now. Google's pretty smart, and they haven't cracked payments yet. They're trying, but they haven't cracked it yet. Will Apple get in there? Yeah, I think so. In what form? I'm not sure yet. I got to be honest. The margins on payments sucks. The headaches around payments suck, and Apple doesn't want to be a bank. Google doesn't want to be a bank. Facebook doesn't want to be a bank. None of them want to be a bank. Let's be honest. But do they want access to that data? Oh, yeah. Do they care about interchange? Oh, no. They could care less. But man, they want the data that's behind it. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes. So application for you guys. I had 3 points. I'm like a Baptist preacher. I had 3 points, right? I got to do application. What does it mean for you? Know your shift. Happened. It was going to happen. Come on, Lord. What do I mean by that? 2 things. Pay attention to what's going on out there. Follow people on Twitter, Samuel. Follow other folks. Read the industry rags. Find out what's taking place. The pace of change is ridiculous, and keeping up with it is ridiculous. In prepping for this, I couldn't get over this week. I kept like, dang it, CEO of Target resigned. Dang it, Walmart, Walgreens doing beacons. That was last night. I found that out. I mean, it just never stops. So know your shift. Pay attention to it. This is your livelihood. This is how you're going to retire. This is how you're going to make your money. Understand it. You're in the industry. The other half of that, when I say know your shift, know your stuff, your products. Great example of that, Google Plus. If you didn't know it, Google Plus was going to take over the world. It was going to bury Facebook. The head of Google Plus resigned, took off. He's gone. Hadn't gone that well, by the way. Part of the reason for that, I think, is it really never got adopted that well by the executives at Google. There was a wonderful piece done about a year ago when Google Plus was first kind of rolling out about the executives and how none of them actually had a Google Plus account. So it's fun to talk about Google Plus and how it's going to change the world, but if your executive team's not actually playing and eating the dog food, really? Now flip that, PayPal. Last month, David Marcus, he's the new president of PayPal, newish president of PayPal. He lost his mind. An internal email went out where he was ripping his folks, saying, if you're not going to use our products in our shop, get the hell out. I like that. That's passion. Good for David Marcus. Know your stuff. Know your products. Test them. Give feedback. You should. Know them inside out. It ties back to you. So, about 5 years later, off of 2006, my wife and I were at Manchester Airport with my 8-year-old daughter. The boy grew a little bit. He's 4 years old now, almost 5. Both with really cool English accents, by the way. One bag. Learned that lesson. We left England, grabbed the train out of York, rode it to the airport, got on a plane to fly back to the States. We were done with our expat tour, coming back home. We got to the airport, and the rental car was waiting for us. My sister had gotten it for me. My sister-in-law had rented the car, had it sitting there waiting for me. I went to the counter, got the keys. That's what I saw. That's a Ford Excursion. Good God. I was driving a Micra for 4 years. I was very used to driving on that side of the road. I was used to traffic circles, rotaries. I was used to working a clutch, right? I looked at that and I just started laughing. There's not a lot I could say, right? I'm like, oh my God, really? I was terrified. I had to drive from Atlanta to Columbus in that thing, right? I probably took out like 15 cars going down in that big-ass car. The 12 bags would have fit in that and like my entire family. That's what I drove. But what I realized as I was driving this thing home, it's not that shift happens. It already happened. You've got to take that to heart. Everything I showed you, that's not the future. It's already happened. You need to know about it because the pace of change is ridiculous. So I don't care how great TSYS is, and I love you guys and the products you have, but if you don't keep shifting, if you don't keep pivoting, and you don't keep moving and paying attention, you get run over. I don't want to see that happen to TSYS at all. Thank you very much for your time. I'm going to be around all day. Got questions? Please come and find me. I really appreciate it.
All right, one more time for Sam. That was awesome, guys. Good job, Sam.